Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku daily analysis for the SP 500 for Tuesday, April the 13th, 2010. Well, another small-bodied candle today, and that's telling us that the buyers have once again only made a very small amount of net bullish progress on the day between the open and the close, and that does raise some doubts about the continuation of the trend in the first time frame. There is potential for this market to come off. Having said that, though, the market has closed up towards the high, and the buyers have closed in control, and they've shown some good, strong commitment to this market throughout the trading day. We can see the large shadow on the bottom of this candle, and that represents buying power coming in. And it represents the fact that the sellers have lost commitment that they had when the market was trading down near the lows, and the buyers came back in force to close the market back up towards the high and only slightly just up above the previous close. The fact that the market has only just closed up above the previous close tells us something about the keenness of the bulls. They're certainly not as keen as they were previously over the previous 2 or 3 trading days, and they're getting less keen as this market continues up and approaches the resistance around the 1200 area. Now, the market has failed to breach that 1200 round number resistance once again, so that is very important to this market in the short-term time frame. The market will need to have a solid bullish close up above that level for the market to appreciate any further, and there is potential for the market, once it closes up above there, to trade up to around 1265, which is where the next major area of resistance is. Just looking at the candles once again, we have a potential tweezers top reversal pattern, and those highs are almost identical in the same place with the tweezers top. They have to be roughly in the same vicinity, almost equal highs, and that's certainly the case here. So there is potential for a first time frame downtrend to develop. Now, interestingly, the Tenkan-sen has actually started to point flat, and that tells us something about the market not making the progress to the upside as it was previously. It tells us that the market is trying to find equilibrium. So we have a market that might trade within a small trading range or potentially come off and trade back down towards the Tenkan-sen here. Now, the market is trading up above the cloud or the Kumo, so it's overall, the market has an overall bullish bias, and it is trading a long way up above the cloud or the Kumo, so the market will potentially have to find equilibrium after a point in time, but there aren't any clues as to the market doing that at the moment. The market is trading up above the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, which means that in the short-term and fast-term time frames, the market is bullish as well, and the Tenkan-sen is above the Kijun-sen. If we also look to the Chikou span, that's the lagging line here, and that's simply the closing price projected backwards 26 periods, and we simply compare it to the candle above or below, and it's trading up above, and that tends to reinforce the bullishness in the market at the moment. So we do have a very bullish market, even though we had potential for the market to come off when it tested this 1200 region. We haven't had a bearish day yet and another green-bodied candle. So if the market does come off, though, we do need to watch the 1179 region for potential support, and certainly where the Tenkan-sen is trading at 1182, there's potential support there, and there's good solid support all the way down through these levels, all the way down through to 1100 where the cloud or the Kumo is. So we have a bullish market overall in all time frames. Very strong support down below, so the probability is that the market will not necessarily come off, and if it does, there are a lot of areas where this market will hold up and find support. To the upside, though, there's only this 1200 region that the market is struggling to get through, and it's been tested twice with no major sell-off. So there is stronger potential for the market to trade up to the 1265 than there is for the market to trade down to the 1100 area. Just looking at the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen, the Tenkan-sen has turned flat as we mentioned, so there is potential for the market to retrace back to there and find support. But also the Kijun-sen is pointing up, reflecting the strong upside momentum that we had in this market, particularly in the second time frame, with the series of higher peaks and higher troughs. So overall, a bullish market. 1200 is important for this market, for it to breach it. If it doesn't, then we should look to the short-term dynamics. If we have a bearish day, then look to a new first time frame downtrend. potential for a tweezer's top Japanese candlestick reversal pattern. That's a bearish pattern. So that would need to be confirmed with a lower high and a lower low. So the low of the current candle is important. But if that does happen, then look to the strong support below.